Alrighty, everybody. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another update, my friends. We are here live to give you guys a bit of an update on what's going on here in the tropics. We got some activity popping off here. Got a few systems that we are watching. But anyways, folks, good to see y'all. We have Tabletop and Darian here. Is it Darian or Darian? I'm not sure. Let me know in the chat if it's Darian. I think it's Darian, right? Anyways, good to see you guys. Hope everyone's doing well. So we have not one but two disturbances in the Atlantic. Also, this storm over here is doing a little bit of a weird wiggle here. Got a bit of a horseshoe, 180 going on over here on this guy. This is Octave. This is up here in the Eastern Pacific. This one I'm not really worried about. Anyways, but yeah, hopping over to the Atlantic here, we do have two systems here. The first disturbance right now is located towards, the Bahamas. As you can kind of see, we do have a little bit of convection going on out here. Just a little bit, nothing super crazy right now. But it will be driving a bit of a rain concern. Let's hop over to long wave, maybe. Not too much of a difference here, but yeah, we got a little bit of convection. All that's going to be working its way over Florida. We're going to be getting ourselves a little bit of precipitation from this. No, Tabletop, you should not be worried in North Carolina. You're always worried, man. You're good. There is no threat. Good evening, Tornado. Good to see ya. What's up, Cherokee? Saying afternoon all. We are going to have heavy hurricane back in October and maybe even November. We'll see. I think October will be pretty active, personally. I mean, it's already October. I mean, we're already starting off with that one hurricane that we had. Imelda, of course, and Humberto. We've already had those two. I think Humberto died before October, though. I don't know. But yeah, I do think that October will be fairly active this year. That I do. Here, let's hop over to MDR, the main development region here, so we'll get a full view of what's going on. So, this guy for Florida, I'm not really worried about too much. This is just going to be bringing some precipitation for Florida. If we actually take a look at that, look at the multi-day rainfall, totals. This is for the next 5 days, by the way. So I want to go ahead and mention that. This is for the next 5 days. And, along Florida's east coast, we are going to see several inches of rainfall. Tons of rain. for eastern Florida. So for my fellow Floridians here, we need to watch this. For me, I'm just outside the heavy stuff. I might see a little, an inch or so. This is not going to affect West Florida. The Florida's west coast as much as it is the east coast. There's a lot of tropical moisture. It's going to be right around the coastal areas. But yeah, I mean, some regions, several inches, well over maybe 2 to 6 inches in some spots. Locally higher amounts definitely possible. So that's going to be the main thing. Now, I don't expect there to be like any tropic. What is on my forehead? Whatever it is gone. But anyways, so like I mentioned, just a bit of rainfall for eastern Florida. That's really about it. With the system, I don't expect the thing to become a depression or a storm, it could become a depression, but right now it's only a 10% chance, so I doubt it'll do anything. But yeah, I mean, we do have a potential, for it to become a depression, but I don't think it'll be a storm or really anything like that. Let's see here. What about Mexico, Cancun area? Well, with these guys, there's no concern. There is no concern. I mean, if I bring up Cancun, obviously you're up here by like the Yucatan Peninsula. No, I mean, there's really nothing that we can really say right now. I mean, there is no threat for you guys anytime soon. So, yeah, you're good. What's up, Jacob? Good to see you. What's up, Kim? Good to see you. Saying, hey, Andrew, good to see you on so early. I'm starting to get slammed with Storm Amy, a.k.a. ex Humberto. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Please be careful. Please be careful. Here, let me see if we can pull up SAT. We'll pull up Goes East. We'll do full disc here. Should be able to see it. You're right on the right on the edge of Goes East here. Honestly, I don't really see it, but yeah, let me bring up models. We'll look at it in a few minutes. So, Kim, hang on for a minute. Let me talk about these disturbances real quick, and then I'll look for you. Okay. But yeah, so with this guy, just a bit of rain for Florida. I don't think it's going to be a tropical depression or storm or anything like that. So, but then we got this guy. Now, this one's been increasing in probability. We are now at a 40% chance of formation here. So, pretty good odds of this thing becoming a tropical cyclone here down in time. This was at only I think a 20% yesterday. We had a 30% this morning, and now we're at 40%. So the odds are increasing here for this in particular system. Now, looking at SAT, this is not it, actually. The system's over here. It has not rolled into the region, so we are not expecting any development here in the next, 48 hours. So, that's at 0%. But we do have the next. Here, let me roll down my blind so you can actually see me a little bit better instead of just being bright on one side. Anyways, but yeah, no, we're not expecting much in the next 48 hours in the next 2 days here out of the system. But the next week has an overall 40% chance as of right now of development here. So we'll definitely watch out for that. Okay, now let's hop the models. And yeah, Kim, let's see what's going on out there. I know. That was supposed to be quite a beast of a storm here. Here, do I have... let me bring you guys over here, maybe. Here we go. We'll just do this. Perfect. All right, let's add our surface. We'll do accumulated max wind gusts here. Let's see. Because this will show us kind of what the heaviest winds are. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. GFS has really increased significantly. Here, let's remove that. So this is the GFS model. Some of those coastal areas there, possibly gusting over 80 miles an hour or so. I mean, even interior, we're gusting like a good maybe 50, 60, 70. That is crazy. Crazy, crazy. What's up, Nique? I don't know how you say your name. Good to see ya. Kim says it's on 981 millibars right now. That's low. Is that where you're at, or is that like what your pressure or what the central low is? I'm sure the main low is a lot stronger here. Let me uh-oh, what'd I do? Oh, there we go. Let me enable sea level pressure here. Surface. Let's do MSLP. Do single color. We'll do black. Make the width a little bit. Wow, look at that thing. Holy cow. Holy cow, that thing is a beast. That's where you're at. Oh, is it? You're over here? Oh, it's a little bit laggy. Yeah, no, the pressure is in the 980s there. I mean, that lines up. That's for, well, that's 2 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, you guys are getting hit very hard. You know, look at those steep pressure gradients. That's why it's so windy. It's just the pressure is changing at an alarming rate. You know? I gotcha. Gotcha. Anyways, but yeah, no, we'll definitely need you to be careful out there. That's for sure. Anyways, but yeah, down in time, you know, we'll have to watch the tropics here with these next couple of systems. Here, let's see. Oh, wow, look at that. So that's within the next 150 hours, according to GFS here. Possible disturbance. Yeah. We'll really need to look into this. Let's look at Euro. Global. ECMWF here. I'm curious to how they agree. Okay, well, there's that streak. So once again, this is accumulated wind gusts. So this is peak wind gusts overall. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Even Euro's showing some pretty high in gusts. Yeah, I really do think that we need to monitor the system pretty closely. I mean, it seems like Euro and GFS do agree on the system to potentially develop here. Here's the latest GFS here. You can see, has that little disturbance developing as it kind of works its way westward here. This is 156 hours out, so this is within reasonable time frame. But yeah, definitely need to watch out there for that. I mean, it could work its way out there by the Antilles, according to GFS. Let's see, Euro. No, I mean, look at that. Euro is actually on sync there, too. Look at that. Yeah, Euro kind of agrees as well, showing that system. It doesn't have, like, super crazy development happening, at least to start. Probably... maybe a little bit of dryer getting into it. Whoops, let's do wind shear. Yeah, it kind of looks like there might be some pretty strong wind shear up there too, kind of preventing it from really materializing. You know, I gotta mention this, y'all. One thing about October, we start to get these fall storm systems that develop in October, which can really kick up some cold fronts and can actually spark off new convection and new tropical activity. Now, typically during the later season, the most tropical activity shifts from the main development region to the Gulf in the Caribbean. Now, there is no storm right now, in the Gulf that's going to be impacting anywhere, so don't worry about that. But I'm just telling you, the pattern usually changes once we get into this time of the year, essentially. So we'll definitely need to watch out for that here. I really do think that October is going to be pretty active. Kim says, thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate you covering that for me. I got a lot of groceries, etc., so I'm well prepared. Candles, flashlights, and blankets, etc. Glad to see you're prepared, and you're very welcome, my friend. Hey, if you have any questions, you let me know, okay? We're here for you guys. Not just you, Kim, but we're here for everybody. But you're very welcome, my friend. And if you have any questions, yeah, please don't hesitate to ask. I will be more than happy. I mean, I don't usually cover the Europe weather, but, in a case like what you're in, I mean, obviously I want to be there to help. So, I mean, yeah, it still is pretty significant out there by you guys. So really need you guys to be careful. What's up, Virgil? Good to see you. Happy Friday to you too, man. Hope you're doing good. Here, let me bring up Precip. Actually, we're gonna bring up the high-res models. I don't know if there's any. I don't think there's like any models we can look at high-res for Europe, unfortunately. But let's look at the U.S. Real quickly. Precip. We'll do composite reflectivity. So, like I mentioned, Florida is about to get a lot of rain. I mean, you can just see all of that moisture over there. This is... Ugh. Look at all that rain that's just out there by the Bahamas. Yeah, Bahamas are going to get quite a bit of rain out of this here, too. Here, let's do total precip. We'll use, like, the NAM. Total precip, and let's change this over to regional NAM. I'm sad they're going to get rid of the NAM model. I've used NAM for so many years. It has its moments, of course, but they're removing it next year, sadly. Wow. Here, let's change it up a little bit. Maybe global. Let's do GFS. Let's see what total precip looks like for GFS. Oh, buddy. So we'll go up to 180 hours, which is the end of the run. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That is crazy. Here, let's compare. We'll bring up the Euro here too. ECMWF model. Precipitation, total precipitation. There you go. So there's the differences here. So GFS is on the left here. So this is the American GFS. This is the ECMWF. So it seems like GFS is the more impactful model here. Kim says, do I think that other system, I think it was a Milda, will come impact us in a couple days? Well, I haven't seen... Here, let me get rid of this here. Create a new view. Well, let me look. They finally shut down AOL. I heard about that. They got rid of dial-up. Yeah, that ended, what, like 2-3 days ago? I mean, nobody uses it anymore, but it's just sad, you know? Because, like, that's been around since, like, the 90s. Here, let's pull up GFS. And we'll bring up our sea level pressure here. We'll do our line contours. Single color. We'll do white. So you can see it on the black backdrop here. There we go. Okay. So, obviously, we got this guy coming through. So there's that big old cold front here. So there's that low. There is the other system. It honestly looks like it just kind of dies. You see that? The system just kind of falls apart. I mean, I can check Euro. Let's see here. Yeah, Euro kind of shows the same thing. They just kind of falls apart. Definitely a thing of the past with Google, etc. Yeah. That's for sure. I mean, I don't even think anybody used dial-up anymore. I mean, I could see why they're getting rid of it. Is AOL Mail gone too? Or is it just dial-up? Did, like, AOL shut down the entire company, or? I thought it was just limited to the dial-up internet. Anyways, y'all, we're going to hop over here to our main site here. So I want to talk about severe weather a little bit here. Here, Here, let me remove this. Let's go categorical. So today we have a little level 1 threat for severe weather. Nothing big. Like western Wyoming, western Colorado, northern Utah, eastern Idaho. See, no tornado threat today, thankfully. I think it's just a little bit of a wind and hail threat. Yeah. A little bit of a wind and hail threat going on. And then, of course, tomorrow we got a little bit of a noodle threat. Got thunderstorm risk in Florida, but that's just typical. Tomorrow, though, we do got a bit of a noodle. Severe weather risk here all the way from northeast Colorado through western Nebraska, central South Dakota, and eastern North Dakota, as well as northwestern Minnesota. You'd be surprised we didn't get fiber till like 4 years ago. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. See, no tornado threat tomorrow either. Bit of a wind threat. A little bit of a hail threat as well. Yeah, just kind of a continuation of today's severe weather tomorrow up in the northern plains. But other than that, I did see that strong low though. Here, let me bring you guys back over to models here. This is really fascinating. And something that my folks in the plains should actually really monitor is, I don't know if HRRR goes out this far, but we'll try it anyways. See, surface. I know it goes out 48 hours max. That's in the max run. So we'll do 12 UTC. It runs every 6 hours. So let's do... Oops, don't want precip. Let's do accumulated wind gusts here, because I want to show you guys we're going to be getting some pretty active winds. Yeah, look at it. So there you go. Yeah, you can see that windstorm we're going to be getting here. Seems like it really gets quite windy here for the morning, tomorrow morning. I mean, look at that. We're going to be gusting upwards of 30, 40 miles an hour. Some pockets maybe upwards of 50 miles an hour. It's going to get pretty windy. So that's, with that severe threat we have tomorrow, I think that a lot of that severe weather threat, which we'll also overlay. No day 2 convective outlook here. No, day 3, right? No, day 2. Oh. Why is that's not right? That's not right. Somebody's lying to me. Who's lying to me? Let's see. This is day 1. Day 2 has a threat. What? That's not right. There's something going on here. Anyways, but now tomorrow's threat is for north South Dakota, western Nebraska. For these areas here. But here's the thing. Let's bring up our handy dandy little sea level pressure reader here. Go weight, nice. White contours. Whoops. Re-enable those, increase the width. There we go. Yeah, so you can see here we're going to be getting quite a decent little pressure gradient forming here tomorrow. Y'all see that? Nice little pressure gradient. So that's going to be a low that's going to sweep its way from the Rockies up to the northern plains. Could cause a bit of windy conditions here tomorrow. Sioux Falls looks like we could, according to HRRR, could get 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts. A little bit gusty. Let's see here. Pro back in the day with them. See here. What? With them free 1 month AOL disc, all you needed was a new email address. My parents had no idea. Oh, dude. I was born in 2002, and dial-up was still a really big thing when I was born. And I remember growing up, even, in the mid-2000s, obviously, there was AOL dial-up was going away at that point. But I still remember my parents having Windows XP with AOL dial-up internet. I still remember the You Got Mail. I still remember the Goodbye. I still remember just the tone. Just the tone. Ashes says, what, 2002? I'm old. Man, I'm old. What are you talking about? 2002? Man, that was 23 years ago. I'll be 24 in April. Like, no, I'm almost a quarter of a century old, bruh. Anyways. You're on 57-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Heard it rattle in the roof attic. Ooh, yeah. I know that feeling. Because when I got Milton, last year. Yeah, actually, last year around this time. Whenever I got Milton, we, let's see. Our roof was kind of rattling too, which was crazy. And we had on the back of the house, this is my brother's house. Actually, I went over there to have the hurricane. But in the back of his house, he had what was it? A metal roof, like a tin roof in the back. And it was ripping up. That roof actually ripped up because we had like 90-mile-an-hour winds. And the back roof did rip off. I mean, it was just like a few panels. I mean, it was a small room. It was like a small add-on. But crazy. Crazy. Let's see here. 2002, you were 18. Man. You don't remember when you were a quarter century? I do. I'm almost a quarter century. Wow. I still feel old, though, man. You know? 2002. I mean, that was almost the 1990s. Not quite, but I don't know. I just feel a lot older. I feel like days are going by a lot faster, sadly. Anyways. But yeah, so bit of a windstorm for the plains. Just bit of a heads up for my folks out there. You know, that'll take place throughout like the central northern plains, also like the upper Midwest, western Great Lakes region. So like, mostly 30, 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Obviously some pockets gusting a little bit higher, especially in some of that convection. You were born in the 1900s. I was close. Both of my brothers were born in the 1900s. I am the youngest of them all. So my middle brother, was born in the late 90s, 98, I think it was. And then my oldest brother was born in 93. And I am the young one in the 2000s. But still, I feel old. I mean, it's almost 2026. I still can't wrap my head around that. Like 2015, dude, felt like... Oh, there goes my phone. 2015 felt like it was yesterday. Dude, 2015 was such a good year, though. I ain't gonna lie. 2013 to 2016. Early 2016 were, like, the best years of my life, in my opinion. When times were so much more simpler. Let's see here. I felt so old, my youngest child said that to me. It died inside. Nah. Alrighty, everybody. Well, that's basically what's going on with that storm. Like I said, tropics. We'll keep you guys up to date with everything. We'll make sure to keep an eye on it. Once again, this guy, don't worry about Florida. I mean, Florida, this is nothing. This is literally not even a rain with a name. This thing is just literally just a clump of rain. There will be a bit of a flooding problem, though. Florida's got to deal with that. So, also, Bahamas, pretty wet out there as well. My eyes are on this guy. This one I'm actually a little concerned about. Given that there's a shot that in the late life of it, we could see something here. Let me hop you guys up here. We're gonna dive into ensembles here. Bring up the ECENS. So you just wait till you have kids. My son is 11. and 2015 wasn't that long ago. It was a long time ago. Dude, that was like forever ago, but it went by so fast, sadly. Like I said, 2015 was a great year for me. But anyways, so let's see. 180. Yeah. Look at that. So this is the latest guidance support here from the ECENS. So you can actually see systems south of Cabo Verde works its way westward, and you can actually see how a majority of those members have it going right over the Antilles towards the Virgin Islands. That could be a problem. However, I mean, there's a few members that do show it become. Look at that, 926. There's a few members that do have it picking up a little bit of strength along the way, but it seems like the main models like GFS and Euro have it slowly developing. We'll just keep an eye on it. I mean, there still is a lot of room for the thing to move north or move south or continue on its track, but we'll definitely watch it, and, Antilles should keep an eye on it. I mean, nothing to freak out over right now. It's too early to be for sure. GEFS, you can see a little bit more of a northerly push as kind of comparing to the the ECENS. The GEFS here has like a couple members going south of Puerto Rico, south of Dominican Republic, Haiti. Majority of models either by the Virgin Islands or northeast of the Virgin Islands here. This is, once again, 180 hours out. This is where the models are at. Got some interesting stuff going over by Central America. But then, of course, we have the FNV3 kind of in the middle, actually. This is right between what the ECENS and the GEFS was talking about here. So you can actually see that most of the members have it just barely north of the Virgin Islands or near the Virgin Islands here. A couple steer to the north here. Then GENC, not a whole lot of guidance on GENC, but very spread out from the guidance we do have. Once again, out there by the Virgin Islands. So we'll watch it. I mean, we'll definitely keep an eye on it. This once again, they've kept on increasing the probability of development and stuff like that. So we'll watch it. We'll definitely see what happens, and that's where all of our eyes should be on right now. I mean, because like I said, U.S. weather, we don't got much craziness going on other than a little bit of severe weather, a little bit of a wind maker in the Central Plains. Bit of a rainmaker in eastern Florida, from that tropical disturbance, all that moisture coming in. A lot of PW, precipitable water, for the people who don't know. A lot of that coming in, a lot of moisture working its way over Florida, mostly the eastern side. Central, western Florida will not get nearly as much rain as the eastern side is expected to. So, but yeah, I mean, that's where we stand with everything. So not worried about that guy, but this one could be problematic in the future, but right now it's too early to tell still. But yeah, we'll keep you guys up to date. We'll make sure to keep y'all in the loop with everything, and keep on giving you guys some updates on everything. But anyways. Well, honestly, we're probably going to roll off here soon. Just wanted to hop on here for a little bit this afternoon, just kind of say see what's up with you guys, and just give you guys a bit of a weather update. I have been completely nocturnal. I don't know if I've told you guys. I think I've mentioned it the other day, but I've been in a total nocturnal schedule since before Emilda. I have been asleep most of the day, been awake most of the night. I'm very tired right now, so I'm probably gonna go to sleep. I might come back on late tonight to probably do another stream. Not sure what. I mean, it could be playing a game or something like that. But yeah, we'll probably come back on later tonight and play a game, like we have been. Like I said, on the channel, I've been doing weather updates now, and my gaming stuff. I just wanted to throw it all together because why not? If you don't want to watch the gaming, then don't watch it. If you don't want to watch the weather updates and just the gaming, have at it. Watch whatever you want. But like I said, I think it's just easier just to throw everything. So I don't have to manage 2 channels. I can just throw everything, all of my content in one area. Just me doing me things on this channel, but mostly still a weather update, of course. I'm not going to stop that. That's not going anywhere. That's what the core of this channel is, Always love the weather. Always going to keep on updating you guys. As long as I live, I will be here. As long as I am physically able to, I will continue giving you guys updates on everything. Let's see. Kim says, thanks, Andrew. Enjoy the rest of it. I can't even English. Enjoy the rest of your day. You as well, my friend. Please be careful out there, okay? Let me know if you need anything. But, all right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining. Y'all take care. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys probably sometime tonight. If not, we'll see you guys sometime tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night or day, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, my friends. See y'all later on.